It is your favorite fitness and movie nerd, Al King, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out here today. They're y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to sit and watch to the very end because your boy has got to cook on this one. I gotta cook when it comes down to this topic. But guys, I recently just watched Predator Badlands at long last, and man, there is a lot to unpack. And by the way, guys, there will be spoilers. I repeat, there will be spoilers. But as seen in the title, this is my opinion. But Predator Badlands is really just a failed Marvel's Avengers movie. It really is, This film, don't get me wrong, there was elements to this film that I truly loved. And I love some of just like just the themes of this story I really loved. And seeing a more in-depth version of the Yautja was very, very unique. I definitely enjoyed that. Seeing, these synthetics, seeing them all, how they operate and everything, with the company and all that stuff. That was, yeah, I rock with that. And also seeing, the dynamic between the synthetic and the Yautja, and then just the environment on that Predator, like on that dangerous planet, that the Predator was surviving on. Seeing the Predator be, the one that's pretty much the prey in a whole new different planet, that was cool. But the reason why I say this is a failed Avengers movie, because if you watch all the way to the end of this film, you would see that the team up with the synthetic, this monster, I forget what that thing was called. I forget the name of that monster, but you see the team up with all them three. And really it was like this was basically the Predator Universe Avengers film with just monsters and robots. It really was. Don't get me wrong, like the ending was very, like, I ain't gonna lie guys, the ending was probably the best part of this film. Opening scene, they already leaked it on YouTube, so they leaked the opening scene, and all that stuff on YouTube. So it's like, yeah, the opening scene was cool, but I already saw it on YouTube. Yeah, way to go, Disney. And 21st Century Fox, well, same shit, but yeah, they already leaked so much of this film out, like already. So I was just like, it was just parts of this where I was just like, well, I already seen this on YouTube. But yeah, this film really didn't get all that great until the very end. Now, it did have some moments of the plot that I actually enjoyed. Things that I really did love about this movie was just the fact that, again, seeing a more in-depth version of the Predator, the Yautja, versus just his typical norm, seeing him operate in just a different type of fashion, I definitely enjoyed that. But this film was so bland for the most part. It was very bland. Yeah, I love seeing the Yautja go from, just this, how he usually operates, to like an actual character where, like, wow, I actually relate to that thing. Like, that's crazy, of all characters, a Yautja, because I was just thinking, there's a lot of us men out here who really just operate just with that loner, like Sigma type of mentality. And even though the Yautjas, they tend to have a clan, but this one's operating really on his own. So being a Sigma pretty much, and getting a more story surrounded around that was pretty unique. Seeing how they operate. And yeah, it definitely had a lot of learning lessons too throughout this film. I really do got to give that film props for that. I did not expect this film to go into that type of depth. But at the same time, this was a very bland film. And then especially coming off and watching a film like Predator Killers Are Killers, a astronomically way better film, and coming to this, I was very, very disappointed. I was really hoping that Predator Badlands was really gonna, connect with Predator Killers Are Killers. Even though it's toned down with the PG-13 rating, which I don't really care, but at the same time watching this film, yeah, like they should have kept this film R-rated. Like, it really should have been R-rated in my opinion, but at the same time, like the ending was definitely the best. Like this film tried, but this is really a Disney problem. This is not just Predator. This is like their TV shows. This is this is a major problem with Disney right now. They drag out so much shit to the point I'm just like, bro, like how do y'all keep doing this and not learning your lesson, Really, really annoying. Like, and it's always the live action stuff. Like, how the heck is y'all animation so on point for the most part, but y'all keep screwing up with the live action? Like, I do not get it. Like, how y'all go from a savage of a film like Predator Killers of Killers, and then y'all give us this Predator Badlands? I'm thinking we finna have the most savage direct sequel to Killers of Killers. I'm thinking we about to see what's her name, Naru, pop out of there. I thought we was gonna go to maybe multiple planets or something like that. That would have been cool. I was hoping we were gonna see, I don't know, just a lot of familiar like so many familiar faces. But guys, like they really dropped the ball with this one. Like I'm really astonished. And I was just so surprised at how bland this film was. Like geez, man. Like I don't know, man. It really surprised me. And then because when I look at Alien Earth, because Alien Earth, like I actually enjoyed Alien Earth. I know a lot of people have been shitting on it. Now I will say I didn't finish that TV show yet, but I've been loving it so far. So how the heck do we go from Predator Killers of Killers to Alien Earth, those savage movies and TV shows, to the crap that we get with Predator Badlands, which could have been such a amazing film, and excuse me. My bad, y'all. It's like super late at night, so forgive me. But it's like, yeah, how the heck do we go from those films to this? I really don't get it, guys. It's really baffling to me. Like, how did you drop the ball on a film like this? Like, you could not. There literally was no way to mess this film up, but y'all somehow managed to do that. Like, how is that possible? But yeah, like, I mean, this film could have been so great. It should have been. This film should not have been a disappointment, in my opinion. Now, some people out there, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we love it," which is understandable. I love the fact that this is a very unique story, and this film will definitely go down as a forever controversial film in the Predator franchise. And yes, I love the fact that we're focusing on a Predator like this, because I remember in a comic a long time ago, I came across a YouTube video. It was a Predator comic. Can't remember which one it was, but there was a Predator. It got stranded, dropped off or something on an alien world, so full of xenomorphs, and it was just hunting them, So yeah, like that was really cool. But this is different, I mean, it would have been cool to see some xenomorphs. We didn't get no xenomorphs at all. Yeah, they could have done a lot more with this film, but it was still cool though. Like I love the destinations, I love the ideas, the creativity of just the environment, but it was just such a bland of a story. And I really thought this was gonna be good, because I had a homeboy. He usually pretty good when it comes down to recommending me, stuff to go watch. Oh man, this was awesome. I watched this, man. I was like, bro, are you serious? You really think this was good? Are you serious? I gotta talk to him, man, because there is no way in hell that he thought this shit was good. I mean, like, listen, you're entitled to your opinion, but bro, coming from you, like, who really knows films, like, bro, that's insane, bro. You really think this shit was amazing? Nah, bro, nah, ain't no way. But like I said, this film was awesome towards the end. And yeah, it was a failed Avengers movie. This is literally all it was. It's your typical, I wouldn't even say type of hero story, but just a, just a character, going from, like, it's your typical, I guess sort of kind of typical hero story, but at the same time, it's a team up, and it felt kind of Avengers like in a way. Now, don't get me wrong, that ending was cool, and I hope they do more of these characters. I never seen a Predator film where they build up a team up like that in my life. You know, that's really cool. I loved how they do that. But at the same time, I'm wondering, how is this gonna correlate? I don't know exactly what they're trying to build here. You know, so hey, if these characters play like easily play a big part into, like, let's say Alien versus Predator, if they reboot it, because I've been hearing rumors that they might go ahead and just reboot the Predator, the Alien versus Predator movie. So if that happens, are these characters, this team up, this Avengers style Predator team, you know, Team Avengers, whatever, in the Predator universe, are there going to be a big major deal? What is going to go on here? And are we going to come back to this planet with humans involved? You know, like, what's going to happen? You know, that is one of the things I am very, very curious about. So seeing how all that stuff is going to unfold, and also seeing, are these characters even going to connect to Predator Killers of Killers like we all really want? I would hope we all get. But yeah, this is a very disappointing film of the year. Not like, it's really not because of the film of itself, it's just the film that we got beforehand. Because guys, we were so hyped with Predator Killers of Killers, so when we got this film, we're thinking, man, heck, I thought this film was gonna be like, man, icing on the cake, but it was something totally different. Now, don't get me wrong, for what it was, I will definitely respect this film for what it tried to go for. But at the same time, dang, man, these corporate people, man, like, oh man, I like it just, y'all really dragged out this story. This story had no business to be this bland. This story could have been so good, even if it wasn't okay. Even if we didn't even, you know, like obviously, you know, here, like with the Predator Badlands, unfortunately, it wasn't really like this film didn't even connect to Predator Killers of Killer at all. Okay, cool, but at least give us a solid, really good story. I could have easily forgave them for that, but that didn't happen. So I'm very disappointed with this film, but at the same time, I did enjoy this film. At the same time, it's a very weird feeling I have towards this film. It's definitely a disappointment in my eyes, failed, but at the same time, I will watch this film again, but I would just skip half of it and get to the good parts. Kind of like Avengers Endgame, you know, it was pretty boring at first, but then when you skip halfway through, that's when the film gets better. And that's how this film was, because there was moments in this film where I actually wanted to clap in the theater. I was like, whoa, I'm actually rooting for a Yautja. Like, that's incredible. But yeah, you know, this film was just, man, it could have been such a more greater film. Let me rephrase that. It could have been such a great film. Like, it had everything going for it, but this is the studio, man. But it is your boy, Al King. Like and subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think. Y'all take it easy.